it's Nikki, and we're back with another Let's Draw. Today we're doing a character, another Paint Crew character that I did. I think I showed this last video. I'll show it again. This is the character for from Paint Crew. I call her Roya. I actually got this name from a student that I had. I got this student a couple of times, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her name. It's like almost royal, but not, and it's just so cute. So I thought I wanted to name this character after her. She's actually a pretty simple character. She was made with the purpose of practicing texturing. Actually, not specifically texturing. It was like to do another style of drawing. I wanted to try a different technique, specifically Loish's technique. That didn't pan out. I got really scared of like merging all my layers. In fact, I kind of forgot in the beginning, and I was just making the separate layers as usual. Like right now I did the skin, I'm doing the hair, and I just made separate layers. I could have just merged them down and continued from there, but I was so scared to do it. I was like, no, maybe I won't do that part of her technique. So I was like, okay, next plan, I will practice painting in Photoshop. So that's what I ended up doing for part of her face, part of the skin. So just like, I think her nose and her cheeks. And it was such a struggle. Oh my gosh, it was such a struggle. I don't know. I didn't see myself doing the whole piece with this, and I couldn't figure out like, how was I gonna do the hair? Like at first I was thinking maybe there's some texture brushes in Photoshop that would be good for the hair, because I have downloaded texture brushes for hair before. But I don't remember them working out when I did use them before. But I was like, I still thought, okay, maybe I can. So I went back to Photoshop when I finished the skin and I was ready to do the hair, and I attempted it. I don't remember if I kept it in the video or if I cut it out. We'll see, I guess. But I didn't like the brushes for the hair there at all. So I went back to Paint Tool side for that too. So one positive that came out of this experiment was texturing. So I decided to try the technique that I learned when I first learned this painting technique. So this painting technique I learned after doing a 1-week portrait course with Paintable. I'll link them below. They have a YouTube channel, they have Instagram, all sorts of stuff. And it's this guy, I think his name is David. He has a website, and it's actually really good stuff that he gives, and he gives some free info too. I was really excited about learning with him, and I learned a lot. At first it was a kind of frustrating experience because I was doing something so new and I wasn't used to his painting technique, but now it's all I do for all my portraits. So I'm really grateful to have been able to be a part of that, and it's actually thanks to a friend of mine that I met on Twitch. Her name is Pink on Twitch. I can't remember her Instagram name, but I will be sure to link her as well down below. You guys should check her out. She has an amazing portfolio on Instagram. It's so beautiful. Her work is amazing. She's an amazing artist. I really, really love her work, and it's very inspiring. And she's the one who put me onto the course that was about to take place at the time. And because of that, now I've improved so much with my painting of portraits. The one thing that I didn't actually continue after the first portrait practice with the course was the texturing step, which was like supposed to be the last step. You go into Photoshop and you add texture to the skin and to the hair and clothes and all that with this some different brushes that he had provided. So I used, when I get to the end of this, you'll see actually when I finish the skin, at this point I'm back in Paint Tool side. I've given up on Photoshop painting the skin. I'm back in Paint Tool side in my comfort zone. I'll still try Photoshop some more in the future, but for now this is my comfort zone. I'll stay here for a little bit longer. But the texture brush that I used to do the texturing for everything was a hairbrush, but it was such a cool hairbrush. It's like, you'll see when I get to it. It's so cool. Like if you rub it on the canvas a little bit, it'll get really, really opaque. But if you rub it like strokes like this, it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's like just a flash of texture. I don't know. You'll see when we get to it. I didn't know how it would work. I just was like, oh, I'll try something. Maybe it'll come out good. And I love how it came out. Like the final piece, especially my favorite part, I think, is her top. It's supposed, I don't know what type of top it is. It kind of reminds me of some sort of Native American garb. So, but I don't want to offend anyone. It just gave me those vibes. The pit crew character, which I'll show again. If you see, you can kind of see her outfit. It kind of gives me that feel. So I really like how the texture worked on her clothes with that. It came out really, really nice. As you just saw, I just finished the mouth using a painting technique that I have pretty much gotten down. So much so that I have done a tutorial on how to paint those lips. I don't know when I'll be putting that on the channel, but it will be out soon enough. I don't know, maybe after this one or after the next video. I'm not sure when yet. But it will be out, and as soon as I get it edited. But that was a really fun tutorial, a really fun process to go through. I really love doing the lips like that. I think it's like my favorite way to do lips forever. Of course, I'm gonna try different styles of lips, but for now, it's my favorite, so I'll stick with it for while I can. Oh, here we go. We're doing the texture on the top. So all I did was water. Oh, I can't remember that drop tool where you pick up color, whatever it's called. I picked up the color in various places, and I used that color to add the texture, and it really helped it like blend in well. I kind of did the same with the skin, but I was a lot lighter with the skin because I didn't want to over texture the skin, but I over textured the top and it came out really nice. I wasn't sure how this texturing was going to work on the hair, but it worked okay. I think I just did it in mostly the highlights. It didn't really show up in the shadows that much. I think I may have done a bit on the edges, but it didn't look as cool as the shirt. I really liked it on the clothes. But again, my hair painting technique is really starting to sharpen up. Like I'm starting to really get the hang of getting a result that I really like, and I'm doing curlier hairs more. So this is more wavy, so it's a little tamer. Curly hair is still scary for me, but the wavy hair is kind of like a wading pool into curly hair, and it gets me into the groove of doing unkempt hair. This particular hair is not super unkempt, but it's not super neat either. So I feel like I made some strides in painting this. I was trying to figure out like the directionality of the strands of hair for that bun part. I was having a little trouble for a while, and I had to go back to the sketch to figure it out. I also tried adding like these really bright highlights to the hair, but I found it kind of disappeared. Like in the final piece, you can't really see it that well, and it's because the background is so light. Usually when I notice Loish does really bright rim lights, the background is really dark, and that's usually when it works. You know, the background is dark, so the rim light really pops. I guess that's maybe a rule of thumb that you should probably do it that way. I was trying it out, and this piece wasn't really working, but it was kind of cool. It looked cool at this stage. Like you could see it right there at the tip of the top bun there. But once I started putting in the textured and the single strands, it just kind of disappeared a little bit. And then worse, when I put in the texture, it was like, what rim light? But it's pretty cool. I love how this piece came out. I'm really, really happy with it. One thing that I did make a mistake with in the beginning was I chose the wrong hair color. I wanted it more red to match the pit crew character. So I did change that up in Photoshop. But as you can see, we're coming close to the end of this one. It's looking really cool. I'm just adding those little spots in the face, which I almost forgot to do. I was ending and I was like, wait a minute, I forgot a major aspect of her face. So I went back and did that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you like this character. She's really cool. I encourage you to go make your own characters on PicCrew too. It's for free. You can just use like a Google Chrome extension to translate the website, or you can just click random buttons and you'll be fine too. But here it is. Here are the final close-ups. You can see the texture on the clothes. It's pretty cool. And on the hair as well. Yeah, I thought it came up pretty nice. The texture was a lot of fun to do, and I think it really fit this character. I don't know why, it just did. Super, super cool, and I want to do it again. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!